In previous topic, we discussed about the what are the characteristics of wastewater. So, broadly physical, chemical, and biological. In physical characteristics, we discuss about the color, odor, turbidity, temperature, and total solid. Then chemical characteristics, in which we discuss about the pH, alkalinity, chloride, DO, BOD, and COD. And in biological characteristics, we discuss about the bacteria and viruses. Okay, so these are the different physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of wastewater. Then we discuss about the sampling of wastewater. So basically, two methods of sampling which are used for the wastewater sampling: grab sampling and composite sampling. Grab sampling, collection of sample at a single time, that is called as grab sampling. And composite sampling, the collection of sample for over a period of time at a regular interval of time, after 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and that sample mixed together, so we get homogeneous mix, and that indicate the average characteristics of wastewater. Okay, so for average characteristics wastewater, we can use composite sampling, and which can be used for the designing of ETP, effluent treatment plant, or wastewater treatment plant. Okay. The next one is the analysis of wastewater. So analysis of wastewater is to find out what is the quality of wastewater, and from that we can identify the characteristics, and we can use the characteristics for the designing of effluent treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant. Then what are the objective of a sewage treatment plant or wastewater treatment plant? Okay, so our next topic is treatment of wastewater. Okay, so this treatment of wastewater broadly divided in various categories or various types. First one is a preliminary treatment of wastewater, next primary treatment of wastewater, next secondary treatment of wastewater, next tertiary treatment of wastewater, some other low cost treatment of wastewater, and some advanced treatment of wastewater. So these wastewater treatment are broadly classified into these different groups. So, what is the main objective of wastewater treatment? So, the main objective of wastewater treatment is to remove the solid content from that wastewater. It may be the suspended solid, it may be dissolved solid, it may be total solid, it may be organic matter, inorganic matter, bacteria, color, odor. So, these all can be removed from that water and make that water safe for the disposal. So this is what the main objective of the wastewater treatment. Okay. So now how it is broadly divided and what is a broadly classification. What is a broadly classification of this treatment? Okay, so the first wastewater treatment is the process of removing contaminants from wastewater and household sewage, both effluents and domestic. Okay, some treatment of wastewater, it is used to remove the contaminants from wastewater. Either it can be sewage or it may be the effluent domestic wastewater or maybe industrial wastewater. Okay, so it includes the physical processes, then chemical processes, and the biological processes to remove the physical contaminant, chemical contaminant, and biological contaminants. Okay, so these are different physical, chemical, and biological processes used. Physical, chemical, and biological processes which are used to remove the physical, chemical, and biological contaminants. Okay, so what is its objective? Its objective is to produce an environmentally safe fluid waste stream and a solid waste suitable for disposal or reuse. Okay, so after the treatment, we can remove all solid content from that water and wastewater, and so that can make it for the disposal, and we can make it for safe for the reuse, for gardening, flushing, and all other purposes. So the objective of sewage treatment is to produce a disposable effluent without causing harm to the surrounding environment and prevent pollution. So importance of wastewater treatment plant. So it is very important to provide some degree of treatment to wastewater before it can be used for agriculture or landscape irrigation for aquaculture. The principal objective of sewage treatment is generally to allow human effluents to be disposed of without danger to human health and unacceptable damage to the natural environment. Okay, so what is the importance of wastewater treatment plant? It is very important to provide some degree of treatment to wastewater before it can be used for agriculture, also for the irrigation and aquaculture. The principal objective of sewage treatment is generally to allow human effluent to be disposed of without danger of human health and unacceptable damage to the natural environment. So according to a research, a large number of people die from the waterborne diseases and in most of the developing countries. Therefore, it is very important to give the proper treatment of water for the healthy living. Okay, so as I discussed here, so a large number of people die from the waterborne diseases, and it's why due to the disposal of wastewater without treatment into the water bodies, where that water bodies from the water from that water bodies which is utilized for the consumption and for the domestic purpose. Okay, so that's why the treatment is very important of before the disposal of any effluent. It may be wastewater, sewage, or industrial effluent. That's why the wastewater treatment plant is important to remove or for the treatment of wastewater so that we can make it safe for the disposal or safe for the reuse to agriculture, irrigation and aquaculture. So this wastewater treatment procedure or broadly it is classified into primary treatment, secondary treatment and tertiary treatment. Okay. So the first this primary, second and tertiary. Okay, so either you can say preliminary, primary, secondary and tertiary. Okay, so this type of treatment process which include some physical treatment process, some chemical treatment process and some biological treatment process. Okay, so what are these some physical treatment process? So the first one is screening. So screening is used for the removal of larger floating solid. Okay, so what is a physical treatment? So first physical treatment that is called a screen, and screen it is used for the removal of larger floating solid. So which type of impurity is removed by screening? So screening it is used to remove the larger suspended and floating solid. So this screen are mainly used for the removal of solid, and as you know the solid may cause clogging the pump and they may be interfere with the secondary treatment by clogging the trickling filter media or either by obstructing aeration in activated sludge process. So that's why the large floating solid is important is need to remove before enters the water into the chemical and biological treatment. That's why scanning is the first operation where we can remove the larger floating and suspended solid. The next, if you consider the screen, so basically this screen are classified into different types. So the first type, according to size of opening, it may be coarse screen, medium screen, and fine screen. So if you consider coarse screen, so when the size of opening is above 80 mm, that you can say the coarse screen. When it is a medium screen, when the size of opening is between 20 mm to 50 mm, you can say the medium screen. When the size of opening is less than 20 mm, you can see the fine screen. So according to the size of opening, the screen are classified into coarse screen, medium screen and fine screen. When it is more than 80 mm opening, that is coarse screen, medium screen 20 to 50 mm, and when it is less than 20 mm, that is called as fine screen. The next, depending upon the shape, divided into disc, drum and band. According to the mode of setting, it is classified into fixed screen and it is movable screen. Okay, so fixed screen, it is a fixed only, and the movable, which continuously movable operation. Next, according to the method of cleaning, it is classified into manual cleaning and mechanical cleaning. Those screens which can be cleaned by manually, which require the regular cleaning once in a day or twice in a day, that is called as manual cleaning. So, which need to remove all floating solid, suspended solid from screen, and which need to dispose that solid. So, this is what the manual screen and mechanical screen, which can be directly remove the screening from that water, and which dispose at the other end, and finally this waste we can dispose by various other method. Okay, so the inclination of this bar is normally kept between 30 to 45 degree for manual clean type, and if you consider the mechanical clean, it is 45 to 60 degree. Okay, so normally the fixed screen are mostly used in municipal sewage treatment plant. Okay, so this about the screen, and whatever the screening or the solid, suspended solid and floating solid, which removed by the screen, that can be disposed by the various method. The first method, which can be used the burial. Okay, so burial in which you can dispose that waste into the ground and cover with the soil. The second method, that is incineration. So incineration, it is a method of burning of waste. So we can burn that waste at a higher temperature. The next one is the digestion. If it consists the organic solid, so we can digest it. And if grinding, so shredding or grinding, in which we can convert that solid into the final one, and we can dispose that. Okay, so the burial, incineration, digestion and grinding are the methods we can use for the disposal of screening. The next part is the operation and maintenance of screen. So a regular cleaning of hand clean screen to prevent backing up of sewage. It means regular cleaning is required. Then lubrication of mechanical screen is required. Painting of entire mechanism once in a year. Then volume of screening collected should be recorded. Then hygienic disposal of screening and daily record of operation and maintenance should be maintained. Okay. So these all various points should be considered during operation and maintenance of the waste. Okay, so the material which remove from the screening surface is normally found which contain high moisture content up to 70 to 80%, and it is need to remove that moisture content before the disposal, so which can be reduced by drying or a draining platform. Okay, so the amount of screening removed normally depend upon the type of sewage and the size of opening in the screen. Okay, so this about the screening, where we can use a screen for removal of a larger floating solid, and that solid we can dry so that we can minimize the moisture content, and deep burial, shredder, grinding this can use for the disposal of this waste. The next one is the grit chamber. So grit chamber is the second physical treatment unit which is used for the removal of grit. So as we know, the grit, it is nothing but grit which include sand, ash, cinder, eggshell, silt, clay, glass pieces, broken crockery pieces. Okay. So these all including the grit, and the diameter of grit is less than 0.2 mm, and the specific gravity of grit is 2.0 to 2.6. So the grit is nothing but the non-fluidable matter, and having the more settling velocity than organic solid. So this property of this inorganic solid difference in settling is utilizing in remove non-fluidable grit for more specific gravity than the fluidable organic matter. This is the grit which can be removed in a grit chamber. And what is the main objective of grit removal? The first, to protect the pump, valve and piping. Then next, minimizing chances of choking a pipe and conduit with the grit. And next, preventing the grit from occupying the volume in biological treatment unit. So these are various objectives in a removal of grit. Next, what are the causes or what are the problems which cause due to the grit, presence of grit? Okay. So the first, erosion of pump impeller. Next, settling in conveyance conduit. And a sewage is being disposed of without any treatment. It tends to settle out at the receiving water, resulting in the sludge bank formation. Okay. So these are some of the problems which cause due to the grit. Okay, so in the grit chamber, one of the horizontal flow grit and one of the aerated grit chamber. So these two chamber we can use for removal of grit, and similarly this grit we can, after removal of grit we can wash that grit to remove the organic solid, and after that we can dispose that grit by the dumping or by the burying or by the sanitary landfilling. Okay. So this about the grit which can be removed by the grit chamber.